If you're a man and you don't know the language of feelings, relationships and intimacy is going to be incredibly limited for you. And emotions are so essential for good, secure, strong relationships that when you don't learn how to feel your own feelings and describe them and articulate them, and you don't know how to listen to someone else's pain, emotions, and feelings, you're just hamstringing, you're tying up the relationship. You're putting a giant kink in the hose of what's possible for the two of you. I work with a lot of men and I work with a lot of couples. And for years, 20 years, working with couples. And one of the most common dynamics is couples struggle to handle, to number one, express feelings honestly and openly, and then to receive feelings in an effective, good way, where the other person feels cared for and held and respected through their emotional expression. Couples that don't know how to do this are just going to suck at a lot of things. They're just not going to reach their potential. Okay, I'll put it that way. So I was that guy, remember, who was emotionally constipated until age 29. I started feeling around age 30 once I entered therapy, and I started learning how to not only feel my feelings, but talk about them and look someone in the eye and say, I feel sad, I feel frustrated, I feel hurt, I feel scared. And when you go to therapy or coaching and you say that and you look your therapist or coach in the eye and you say how you're feeling, generally most therapists and coaches are trained to receive your feelings and just and then empathize a little bit, maybe validate. Yeah, it makes sense, Jayson, you're sad right now. And it's really cool, but it's a one-way train. The therapist is showing up for you in your feelings, but you don't have to do anything for them in their feelings, which is why therapy can be limited, right? In an intimate partnership, you have got to learn how to hold and handle and field your partner's emotional expression. You've got to convey that their true feelings is welcome. Hey, you can feel all of your feelings, and I will do my best to receive them and hear you, take it in, and try to understand where your pain is coming from. And if I'm the source, of course, I want to try to help resolve that. But the first step is always fielding their pain. And I talk about this a lot because it's has been one of my greatest weaknesses as a husband and father. Yeah. And I'm good at it, but I have moments where I'm bad at it, when I'm really triggered, and I'm working toward being great at it. And I don't think I'm there. I think I do best. I think I'm great at it with my clients and students most of the time. And then it's the hardest with my wife, right? When she's emotionally upset with me, I can kind of shut off and I can do the technique of listening, but I can kind of not use my whole body to really take her in terms of the felt sense that she's experiencing. And it's a bummer for her, right? Of course, sometimes she falls down at holding me in mine. But I'd say she's better at it than I am in our relationship. But if it was like I was totally incapable, I think we would not be together because she would feel so unmet, or I would. Right? One of us would. So you can't continue to be incapable of expressing your feelings or receiving someone else's expression of feelings and expect anything more than a mediocre to bad, insecure relationship. Okay, so feelings are critical. If you're a parent, it's the same thing. If you're a dad, you got to learn how to field and handle and hold your kids through their pain and through their emotions, their emotional expression, and what is going on with them, because then they won't shut down their feelings, feel unsafe with you, and take them to mom or someone else. Or if neither parent can handle their feelings, they will just stuff them and learn to go into their head where it's safer, into their mind, in the realm of ideas and thoughts, and they will do their very best to shut down the feeling because no one can hold them or contact them in their felt experience. That's super sad. That's a giant loss for a child. It's like a heartbreak. And then those kids will become numb to that. If they're boys, they'll become numb to it, and they'll become grown men who can't and don't feel and have a really big problem with your feelings. And as Bill Burr, the comedian, says, men are sort of allowed to feel two feelings. He says, I saw his stand-up live in Denver, and he said, men are allowed to feel fine and mad or angry. And he's like, oh, and there's a third one. And then everything in between fine and angry is gay. And he means gay as in anything like hurt or scared or more nuanced feelings. like I'm feeling manipulated. I'm feeling, attacked. I feel alone in my experience. That's all, quote, gay, because that's another weapon men use to make fun of feelings and make fun of each other, is to make some kind of homophobic comment. So men are like just in a cage, a lot of men. And if you want to be a man who's not in a cage and not in a straitjacket, and a lot of men aren't even aware of this, of course, then you gotta start feeling. You got to start getting in there and feeling your feelings. It's very freeing. I felt way more alive since I went to therapy and started working on this than I ever had before, because before I was pretty shut down, and there's only so much you can experience in life. I would feel the most alive when I was on drugs or alcohol, of course, because then I couldn't hold and contain the feelings, both the up feelings of laughter and humor and playfulness and joy. I finally, would get wasted and I could feel those feelings, but I could also feel super rageful and depressed and angry, which is why I got in fights when I was really wasted at times. So don't be like I was, right? It will come out sideways, and it's a bummer to be around. And it's easy to spot a guy who isn't feeling much in his relationship because he complains of his woman's feelings, and he feels irritable to be around. He's like a ticking time bomb because he's keeping it inside all the time, but he's edgy and irritable. Like he's got, his porcupine quills, I call it, sticking out all the time. Like, God, I can't even say anything. And then women tiptoe around this guy because they don't want to have him explode because he's basically unsafe to be around emotionally and possibly physically. So feel your feelings, everybody, okay? Learn the language of giving and receiving feelings. It's a beautiful dance. It's difficult, especially if you grew up like I did, shutting them down. But I guarantee you it will help long-term create a relationship where there's a lot more room to express ourselves and it's okay. And you'll learn to do it in ways that are not egregious and hurtful, because I'm not talking about vomiting your emotions on your partner and blaming them for everything. And hey, I'm just expressing myself. I'm not talking about that. The last thing I want to say is when you express your feelings, you have to be sensitive to the impact. You have to care about the impact. So if you're raging on your partner and you don't care about them or the impact on them, that's not what I'm talking about. That's causing harm with your emotional expression. And that's a thing. That's real for some couples. I'm talking about freely expressing, but doing it in a read the room kind of way. Like, you don't vomit on people and blame your partner for everything and then call it, hey, I'm just telling the truth here. I'm just expressing myself. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about I'm sad, I'm hurt, I'm scared, I'm alone. I feel happy, I feel, upset. And having your partner go, yeah, thank you for telling me. It makes sense. Gosh, can you unpack that more? I want to know what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing that's so hurtful. And I'm listening. And then we go back and forth. All right, folks, a reminder, my wife and I are doing a couples retreat, relationshipschool.com/retreat. If you want the application and the details, September 2nd through the 5th, we would love to see you here. Thanks for listening and subscribing, and we'll talk soon.